Hey, boss, he ain't working.
Iran. The director of the National Counterterrorism Center posted on social media saying, quote, Iran posed no imminent threat to the U.S. He also says it's clear we started this war due to pressure from Israel. Let's bring in White House correspondent Karen Travers for more on that. Senior Pentagon reporter Louis Martinez and ABC's Patrick Reevell in Doha, Qatar as well. Hi to you all. So, Louis, how significant is this resignation?
It's very significant, Diane, because this is a senior U.S. counterterrorism official, a top intelligence official in the administration, and he has been a very strong supporter of President Trump for quite some time. He's former Green Beret, former CIA. His wife actually was killed in a terror attack in Manbij, Syria, 8 years ago. And so he heads the organization that would determine whether there is a terrorist threat to the United States. And the fact that he says there was no imminent threat is very significant, because one of the justifications that the Trump administration has used is saying that there was an imminent threat being posed by Iran towards the United States. Now, they haven't specified exactly what they meant, but one of the things that they've pointed to is the nuclear threat, that Iran was on the verge of creating a nuclear weapon based off of their 400 kilograms of enrichment.
So, and I'm going to address it like this, because I can't take away his merits, what happened to his family, what happened to his wife. But what I can say is imminent threat doesn't negate that we still have a threat. I think people are overlooking that. And you're telling me that the Trump administration, Pete Hegseth, and everyone can't have any type of discernment that maybe we should push for this. Maybe we should go on ahead and eradicate this situation. Because if you think about it, how many more years are we going to just kick this can down the road? President after president. It's no different from what Bill Clinton didn't do. He had a chance to take out Osama bin Laden, right? But he chose not to. And look what happened after that. Years pass and we get 9/11. So all because a threat is not imminent doesn't mean it is not a threat. I think people got to wake up. They said it several times. Let's be proactive instead of reactive. Then time all our assets that's over here and our personnel that's over there gets hit, then you're going to be questioning the administration. Why didn't y'all do something? Y'all knew about this. The media have a field day about that, right? So I think we got to be cautious at what we're hearing and what someone's saying, even if they have the valor, even if they have some form of the intelligence. But at the end of the day, the buck stops with Trump. And if he made the decision, he gave them the go, we got to roll with that. We got to roll with it. It's no different from 9/11. A lot of people had a difference of opinion then, but we had to roll with it. We got to stop acting soft as we don't owe no allegiance to no one else but ourselves. We can't have this same argument, but then we got sleeper cells here. Several incidents have occurred since we hit Iran and prior to us hitting Iran. Context clues matters, people. But I digress. Let's keep it going.
Ron, what's your reaction to that? And did you?
Well, I read his statement. I always thought he was a nice guy, but I always thought he was weak on security, very weak on security. I didn't know him well, but I thought he seemed like a pretty nice guy. But when I read his statement, I realized that it's a good thing that he's out, because he said that Iran was not a threat. Iran was a threat. Every country realized what a threat Iran was. The question is whether or not they wanted to do something about it. And many people, many of the greatest military scholars are saying for years that president should have taken out Iran because they wanted a nuclear weapon. They were, if we didn't do the attack, or if I'll go a step further, if I didn't terminate the Iran nuclear deal given to us, one of the worst deals ever made, by Barack Hussein Obama. Remember when they sent Boeing 757s over there loaded with cash?
And that's facts. And I'm going to go a step further. Kamala Harris, y'all queen, the queen of word salad, even talked about this. Let's review her video.
Considered to be our greatest adversary.
I think there's an obvious one in mind, which is Iran. Iran has American blood on their hands, okay? This attack on Israel, 200 ballistic missiles. What we need to do to ensure that Iran never achieves the ability to be a nuclear power, that is one of my highest priorities.
A number of experts thought you would say China. The FBI director had said that. But you said Iran. If that's the case, what do you say to critics who look at the actions of your administration and say you're not acting like Iran is the number one threat?
Well, I will tell you most recently, whether it was in April or in October, and then several hours on each occasion that Iran posed a threat to Israel, I was there. Most recently in the Situation Room, in the most recent attack, working with the heads of our military and doing what America must always do to defend and to support Israel in its requirement to defend itself and to give American support to be able to allow Israel to have the resources to defend itself against attack, including from Iran and Iran's terrorist proxies in the region.
Right.
And that
But those
is,
proxies were getting
and
funded
my
by Iran.
commitment to that is unyielding and unwavering.
Critics just say that you either relaxed or failed to enforce sanctions on Iran, allowing all of this money.
Oh, boom. Boom. But y'all will take her word for it, right? Y'all will take her word for it. She was going to be our president, could have been our president. She was our vice president. Oh. Come on. Like I stated earlier, all because something doesn't look like an imminent threat doesn't mean that it's not a threat. Do we do this with bullying? Do we do this with harassment? No, as soon as you say something, as soon as you start bullying, what happens? I digress. Let's keep it going.
They were far outpacing our allies and friends and us in our defense capability because we had personnel, installations, members of the armed services, and civilians in the region. Iran was building up ballistic missiles at such a rapid pace, and we knew that their plan was to fire them upon Americans. The commander-in-chief and his administration had a very difficult decision to make. I don't know where Joe Kent is getting his information, but he wasn't in those briefings clearly because the Secretary of State, the Secretary of War, and everyone, the Joint Chiefs of Staff, General Kane, they had exquisite intelligence, and we understood that this was a serious moment for us. Had the president waited, I am personally convinced that we would have mass casualties of Americans, service members and others, and our installations would have been dramatically damaged. And so we had to, the president felt that he had to strike first to prevent those mass casualties. That's a summary. I can't tell you the classified part, but that's a summary that's made public.
And there we have it. There you have it. Now, I will say this. After reviewing what he stated, after he resigned, Joe Kent, I felt like it was very feminine. I felt like it was very sassy. We didn't get this from Kristi Noem, and she was pretty much fired. We didn't get this from her. She bowed out and she gone. She had some class and some decorum, but to make a resignation and then tell everybody why you made why you quit, you sound sassy, sound like a woman, sound super feminine. Man, just bow out and just go about your business. Keep it to yourself. It's eating you up that much that you, oh, I just gotta say something. I just gotta make the headlines. Come on, man. Get out of here. That's a bunch of crock. It's a bunch of crock. It's probably good riddance that he's out of there now. Probably better late than never, right? But sippers, y'all tell me what y'all think in the comments. Remember to like, share, subscribe, and hit that notification bell. It's your boy Mercy. I'm out.